Hi guys, Angel Fish Keeper here, and today I'm going to do a video on why the aquarium hobby is so expensive lately, and is COVID the real reason why? So what you've got to think about is it's not just a store making up the prices. They can't just make up prices off the top of their heads. As a business, they're buying all their products off someone who has also bought products off someone. So you've got your importers who sell to the suppliers who then sell to the shops. So obviously, I'm not going to lie, COVID is a big reason as to why, because what has happened is with COVID kicking off, obviously a lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of people have picked up new hobbies, and some of them have been fish keeping and all that kind of stuff. But it's not just because shops are getting greedy and decided to jack up the prices for the fun of it. What it is the fish farms and stuff in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, where all these stores get their fish from most of the time. The course of them being able to go out and catch fish in the rivers, local rivers, their prices, their import charges have gone up, which means the suppliers have to buy the fish for more, which means they have to sell them for more. And then, you know, they might have gone up an extra £1 or an extra £2 from what they used to be back before all this kicked off. But stores can't just buy something and then add a little bit on. They have to make money. So the general rule of thumb is, as someone who works in an aquatic store, I know exactly how this works. So in order to make money, you have to times at least 3 on your trade price. Now, I'm not going to tell you the exact trade price, but say you bought neon tetras for 30p each. You then have to times that by 3 plus your 20% VAT. So you're going to have to sell your neons for about £1.50 each, maybe £2 to make money. And that was before this kicked off. Now with COVID, the import charges are up, so you're no longer buying neons at 50p each, you're buying them at 90p each. Which means you then have to sell them at £2.50 to make any money. And that's basically the way it's going. It's not just people getting greedy and whacking up prices. You might find that individual shops that aren't part of a chain will be a little bit more expensive because they can't afford to take the hit on anything. Whereas a chain store like what I work for, which is Maidenhead Aquatics in the UK, we can undermine that a little bit because we've got over 160 stores. We don't have to stick to that price rule. We can take a hit on some things and be a little bit cheaper. So you don't have to be so expensive. But if you're a little individual shop, it's very hard to compete with other prices. But it's not just because COVID's hit, people are getting greedy. It's, yes, COVID's hit, the import charges have gone up for those countries that you're getting your fish from. Therefore, they're having to sell their fish more expensive to the suppliers in order to keep their jobs, because for a lot of people that is their livelihood, is catching fish for the aquarium trade. And unfortunately, their prices have just skyrocketed. And where people are saying, oh, it's hard to get fish in because of COVID, that wasn't necessarily true. Although, yes, getting them through customs was a little bit more difficult. It wasn't impossible. You could still get your deliveries as and when you needed. It could just take maybe a day or two longer. The main hit was the fish bans in Hawaii, but we get them quite often anyway. And all it is for, it's nothing to do with COVID. It's literally what they do is because Hawaii is where all the marine fish come from, they put bans on all the fish and all the coral, so it gives that reef a chance to replenish. So they'll put a ban on for like a season, which is about maybe 2 or 3 months, where you can't order fish from that country. So you can't get any Hawaiian fish, so you can't get your yellow tangs or anything like that. You would have to import from Indonesia or Australia for your marine fish, or you would get them captive bred from whatever country you're in. I'm in the UK, so I'll get them captive bred from here. Usually they're a little bit more expensive captive bred, believe it or not. But some wild fish have just skyrocketed in price. Like a yellow tang 2 years ago you could get for like 50 quid. Now you can't get them for under £100. And it's, as I said before, it's not because of people getting greedy and they're seeing all these people coming into the hobby. It's because for what it's costing for that man to go and catch it, his wage has gone up. So he's now having to sell it more expensive to his supplier. Then the supplier has obviously had to pay more than usual, so they've had to put the price up. And now the shops have to buy it more expensive than usual because the suppliers have put the price up. So it's a domino effect, so it affects everyone. Obviously, some stores, yes, can get a little bit greedy and skyrocket the prices way more than what they should. But, you know, that's not really because of COVID. That's just people being greedy. Because even before COVID, there was shops that would have fish for extortionate prices, and then you could go somewhere down the road and get the same fish for a fraction of the price. I know some places do whack money on for quality. If they believe their stock is much more better quality, maybe well fed, maybe they get quarantined for a month before being put out for sale, a lot of that also contributes to the price, because you're now factoring in what you've paid to feed it, to treat it, and all that kind of stuff. While you're quarantining fish in a store, you're losing money because you're not just getting that fish in and selling it straight away. You're holding it for an entire month before you make any money from that fish. So you whack the price up. And that's generally the main reason why this hobby's so expensive. I can't really see much changing. Maybe, if anything goes back to normal, we might see a slight increase. But I think because more and more people have sort of got into the hobby and very little people have really complained about the price increases, I can't really see them going back to what they used to be. I think this is probably kind of the new norm for fish prices and stuff, as sad as that may sound. I mean, these 3 angelfish cost me a tenner each. That is, you know, daylight robbery in some people's eyes. To me, it wasn't too bad. It's because I know what goes on behind the scenes. It's not just, I'm not just someone walking into a store seeing the price of fish and going, this store's greedy. Me working for a company and actually ordering fish, I know exactly what goes into it and what we have to do and why our prices end up changing. So yeah, unfortunately it's business. You have to make a profit, and you can't make a profit nowadays selling them at the same price as you used to because you're losing money. And then you've got to counter in if any fish die. So if I buy a bag of 50 neons and that bag of 50 neons costs me at trade about £15, if half of those neons die, I've lost my profit. You know? And I'd have to triple the price on the remaining ones. That's how it works, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully that sort of helps people a little bit understand why the fish hobby's become so expensive. But shouldn't make you not enjoy it. If anything, by all means look around for deals and stuff, but just support your local stores in this hard time, because it is difficult. You know, some people are turning away because of the prices, but it's not because we're being greedy. It's literally because we need to keep our jobs. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Bye.